one and all, and welcome back to a very special episode of the Mockeries. Say hello, the Mockeries and special guests.
Hello,
Mockeries.
special guests.
Oh, guys, I am so excited because on this very special episode, not only do we have our usual band members, but we have very special guests played, of course, by Antonio and Alberta, who are bringing in their respective characters. We're going to do introductions as part of the story. So let's do a quick recap and then get to speed on what's going on. So last time we left off, you guys heard that Matshesha and the Yuan-Ti army had taken Saltswatch, destroyed that place, and were marching on Seal. You guys then did a lot of preparation work, sent Dylan and Theramin's parents away toward Thorogrove to keep them safe ahead of the coming siege. You talked with Silas Robingard, who now permanently has True Sight, who's the Lord of Seal, and helped coordinate with various people, Rohesia, the captain of the City Watch, the incoming Prince Riadon, the Queen Reagan with your call, the general, halfling from the city of Meneseal, and various others to prepare the city for war. Thesia, very importantly, provided Yuan-Ti venom so that a high elf called Eremias, who's an alchemist artificer, could create an anti-venom for the soldiers. Got a lot of ballista and trebuchet and things. Provided intel that the enemy were bringing Sybriex Iker as their highly explosive siege weapons. So you know that you gotta put fire on those arrows. All of that really good stuff. Did reconnaissance, saw that they were coming, and night fell as the army approached, and that's where we are now. Character who was introduced through descriptions last episode is now here in person. Antonio, do you want to go ahead and introduce your character for us?
Sure. So Riadon Athronus, he's wearing it looks like Spartan armor, which is ceremonial to Gorendian history. He has a crescent that's going from front to back this time, not from side to side, because that was his ceremonial garb. This is his war garb. It's onyx black, and it's encrusted in different gemstones. He has gauntlets which light up. He also has a jaguar pelt on his war skirt as well. And he's also carrying a massive warhammer.
Absolutely. Riadon, Prince of the Realm, hero of Saigalia, is here with you all. You guys are up here on the map in the killing fields at the front of of Seal. Because you all, along with Peter Engelhardt and Miss Prosperine, are the front runners. You guys are the tip of the spear. Antonio, as far as this goes, your Team Alpha, they're out there, they're doing things, but for the purpose of this fight, we've simplified it right down to just the people necessary. You guys, your task is to go in there and get Matshesha. Just cut the head off the snake, as it were. So you guys are going to go out. These guys are going to, the ballista, the archers, all of these guys are going to be engaging in the siege. They're going to be part of the war, partaking in the war and trying to take out the Sybriex barrels, etc. Without further ado, I think we should get right into it. Night falls. You guys are preparing to go out, and you see across this moat that you guys have dug, the enemy arrive. Boom. I've put a little green line as to where the front line of the actual army is. You got some moving tokens going around.
Yeah, I accidentally moved coin. I tried to yeet him off the map.
You did try to yeet him right off the map.
Yeet him off the map.
What you guys can see are army of purebloods and malicens, which are not represented with tokens, and then these massive flesh golems that have been created. Just this jumble of limbs, a disgusting sort of like twisted and stretched flesh, like 10 heads apiece coming out of various orifices and like multiple arms, etc. The most terrifying of which is right up center. This is the one that has Orlando Coin as its main head. This old werewolf that you guys kind of know. And you can see that this one was created using lycanthrope body parts and limbs. It looks far scarier than the other ones, and the other ones don't look like a walk in the park. They seem to be carrying, these like normal ones seem to be carrying barrels, these barrels of Sybriex ichor, and it looks like some extra ones are being brought in by some purebloods in a couple of areas. And then, approaching just behind where Orlando Coin is, you see Matshesha. This enormous snake-bodied being with long arms, long blade-like nails on the ends of her hands, 6 serpentine heads atop her body, and the skin between and under her scales seems to be gently glowing red, like rippling as though you're seeing light being distorted underwater. Thesia, the whispers that you can hear all around you at any given moment are drowned out and disappear, and the only voices you can hear, overwhelmingly loud in the blanket silence of everything else, are the voices of Matshesha. Multiple, constantly whispering psychic voices that spread out and seem to be spreading an influence of fear and awe around her. In wake of this, just before we jump in, there is a newcomer to the battlefield. Coming in from the direction of Thorogrove, not in the city, but on your side of the moat, over on the right-hand side. Alberta, would you like to describe your character for us?
You see a woman who she appears to be half elven. She's got dark brown hair, blue-gray eyes, short bow on her back, a rapier by her side, a couple of daggers. Around her waist, she's got like a few little almost trinkets hanging off of it. And if you get a good look, you'll see what looks like an old rosary and a little bear figurine attached to a chain. And she's wearing this cloak that's just it's kind of hard to pin her down, but she carries herself with a purpose. And she walks straight towards you guys.
Open the gates.
The gates open. Everybody takes a step back. Now, here's a fun thing. Mockeries group, you recognize this woman. Because way back when, in the town of Oddmore, where you guys began your adventuring gig, there was a statue of this woman made of wax depicting her battle against Lolth. This is Awen, Godslayer, defeater and slayer of the evil drow goddess Lolth herself.
Knowing what we saw in Oddmore, Cloud would probably go up and poke her to make sure she wasn't made of wax and came alive. Just no, she's good. She's good.
You do have a moment though where you try to poke her and it's just there's just nothing there for a moment, and you kind of move over. You're like, I swear, and then you move over, and you're like, okay, there she is.
Yeah.
She's there, but not quite in the way you expect.
How good's your perception?
My passive perception is pretty good. My perception is pretty good.
You'd probably notice Cloud. She's very cat-like, like she's a tabaxi, but her eyes don't have any glint. They look dead at the moment. Her eyes just look completely blank. But she speaks as if like she's quite okay, but when she gets close to people, I think they'd notice her eyes are like dead at the moment.
I think Awen would notice in my passive perception.
Yeah, it's possible. You get the feeling, Awen, that this is emotional rather than magical.
She'll sort of stand there for a moment, and without any introductions, she'll go, Cloud, pleasure to meet you.
Cloud would sort of look at your hand, think of all of the betrayals that have gone through, like she'd daze off for a moment and sort of shake her head like, no, there's more things to worry about, and take your hand and be like, as long as you can help, it's good to meet you too.
She'll give your hand a quick squeeze, smile. All right.
Riadon, you would also know this person by reputation rather than by sight.
Every single soldier is about to know as well. I turn to the battlements. I say, the gods are with us. Awen, the God Slayer, is here.
Whoa! Huge boost to morale. People start cheering. This sort of like unease that was over everybody for the longest time, because this is the first first real battle that is being held on Garandian soil in hundreds of years. People are like, oh, okay, we got Awen. We're all good. Everything's good now.
I'll turn to Awen. Glad to have you.
Pleasure to finally meet you. I was familiar with some of your ancestors, and I have been to the odd party with your wife. I hope she's well.
Oh, she's great. She wants me to come home, so let's win this. I'll turn to the battlements again. I say, Garandians, let's give them a taste of Garandian music. Let's play some drums. more of a low tone bass, like a bass drum kind of in the background.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, I want to swing out my guitar and just be like, do you need me to do a solo? I mean, I can do a solo. Do we have time?
Oh yeah, you're a band, aren't you? Yeah, sure, if you'd like.
Go ahead, give me a performance check.
Can I join in?
Yeah.
Oh no, Cloud disapprove of this is strong. Like, shouldn't be making jokes at this time.
But it's all about me, isn't it?
I know it is, Theramin, but more important things.
19.
That's a 35.
Theramin, is that including your bonus?
That's not including your bonus, surely.
It's gonna be 32.
Okay.
Sorry, I know that you get a +7 to charisma and a +6 from proficiency. So.
Oh, limit breaker.
Limit breaker.
Nice.
I'm glad you know.
Yes. Have we had any diplomatic conversations with the Yuan-Ti?
You're probably looking at the only one that would actually have a civil conversation with you right now.
Thesia herself is a Yuan-Ti.
Oh,
I'm a Yuan-Ti pure blood.
Yeah.
I'm literally.
Diplomacy.
Yes, this is genocide, and I'm part of it.
Okay, well, we're going to have some form of diplomacy with the rest of them. If they don't meet us in the middle and have conversation, then we'll see that as a full-blown declaration of war.
Okay, what you doing?
I'd like to. I got to walk up to Awen. Awen, if you'd like to come with me, that would be fantastic. If anybody else would like to come with me, feel free.
Does the water on the map, does that cover the bridge as well?
Yeah, I couldn't find a map without a bridge, so I just painted over it with some blue.
I could get us across on a block of ice, maybe. No, I couldn't. It wouldn't be big enough. It's a cantrip. It would fit maybe 2 people, one on top of the other.
I will say that you can call out. These guys will hear you.
Sure.
Cloud would follow until she could see the amount of Yuan-Ti there, and then she'd stop. She'd just stop.
The other two actually will introduce themselves as well. Older, sort of paladin, graying hair, but in resplendent armor. Will introduce himself to Awen. It's a great honor and a pleasure. My name's Peter Engelhart. Lovely to meet you.
You as well. Insight check.
Yeah, do it.
Could Cloud hear this from where she is?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys are right there.
Don't trust him. She will call that out.
Sure.
Awen turns around and you'll see her sort of fiddle with, she's got this twisted, very fine copper ring. You'll see her kind of fiddle with it, and then you'll just hear in your head, "Trust me, darling. I hardly trust anyone." And that
I like this one.
That insight check is, I rolled a natural 19, so it's going to be 38.
This guy's straight up lying about his name.
Yeah. No, I knew that, right?
I mean, you might have known that. Awen wouldn't have known that.
Okay, this is not someone who I've... Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's not... My passive insight is so high that even if I hadn't called for that...
With that level of insight, I'll throw in, like, magical stuff. This guy reeks of necromancy and is lying about his name.
Okay. Just so you know, I would have ritually cast Comprehend Languages before this, just so you're aware.
Wonderful. And then the other woman, this tiefling woman, will introduce herself as well. Miss Prospering, I own a bank, but I'm here offering my services to help get you in, perhaps a little bit less detected than you otherwise would be. A pleasure.
Dispel magic.
Don't dispel magic. Don't do that right now.
Then be truthful about who you are.
Am I not allowed to go by an alias around here?
No,
we're going into
not
battle
right now.
We're going into battle right now.
Okay,
I'd like to
but
go
still
in.
Be truthful. Yes, we'll still be truthful to your allies. Remember.
We're sighing deeply. Miss Prospering vanishes, and in her place, a woman.
Oh, brilliant.
Shows herself. Emilia is my given name. I prefer Miss Prospering, but it appears I'm not going to get a huge amount of what I want right now.
What does this Emilia person look like?
She looks, she's human. She's got black, sort of wavy hair that goes down her back. She's dressed for battle. She's wearing sort of like half plate armor at the moment. She looks very businesslike. She looks very like well put together. Like she would wear suits, sort of, if she wasn't in armor.
Okay. Do these two look like we can trust them for this?
I'm gonna message Awen, just like look dead in the eye, and telepathic go for this. Yes.
Okay. And she'll respond to that. Thank you. All I need to know for now. All right.
Okay.
I wasn't there just in case. I was like getting ready to head over to the bridge.
You were not here for this.
Yes.
Yeah. Brilliant stuff. So yeah, you guys are at the edge of this moat, and you can see this army. Matshesha can very clearly be seen, sort of standing torso, head, and shoulders above the other. She's sort of like twice as tall. She's like 10 foot tall, 12 feet tall. But she is sort of a little ways into her own army. Like, she's not at the front. She makes no move to move any closer to you.
I make a call to the armies of the Yuan-Ti. Please have a diplomat step forward.
This pitmaster steps forward. This guy who sort of like bare-chested, human-looking, with like a green painted stripe down his front and just like snakes for arms.
Okay.
What do you want, human?
Your intention in this place is for what reason?
We have business with an individual in your city.
The individual being?
Shen.
Shen.
Champion of Malar. First of the werewolves.
I'll just relay that back to the battlements. Say, if there's anybody goes by this alias or this name, please make them step forward.
Can I ask Slither in my head whether they can sense Jen anywhere in the city? I don't know whether they have the ability to sense lycanthropes.
I have many abilities!
Don't start this again!
What are you talking about? This is how I speak!
No, with the self-righteousness stuff.
I'm the coolest weapon that has ever lived!
You're a button right now. Can you sense Jen anywhere in the city?
Transforms into a scythe.
I sort of like,
little magical pulse wave goes out across the city. Yeah, for sure.
Direction, specific
That way.
location.
Points. It's east, but for you guys on the map, it's to the left.
Not
in the city itself right this moment.
He's out. Is he within the battlefield?
Oh yeah, he's coming closer.
I will turn to Thesia. He's coming into the battlefield. He might be fighting them.
Let's pray, otherwise he's fighting you.
Can you message the prince? Can you tell him? I don't want to say this so they can hear.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, you do that. That's cool.
Can you turn into a button again, please? Thank you.
So you let me know that he is heading towards the battlefield to fight.
But he's not in the city, yeah.
And he's also a giant, like... How tall is Jen? Like an 8-foot werewolf? Is he bigger than that?
He might be bigger than that. He's same, like, he's a comparable size to sort of Matshesha, so like pushing 10, 11 feet
Let
tall.
him know that he's the champion of Malar as well.
Yeah, he's champion of Malar, 11-foot, massively strong werewolf. I wouldn't want to mess with him.
We have a way to deal with him, though.
That's fine. I'm going to turn to Awen quite quickly. I'm not going to condemn thousands of people to die here for one man. Especially somebody who has no affiliation with Gorendia.
I don't know what your passive insight is, but there is a look of appreciation and approval on her face.
But I turn to the Yuan-Ti. Please retreat your armies. You can remain in the vicinity on Gredian soil, provided food and warmth. We will provide you with this particular person, but you will not have them as a prisoner. We will need to do diplomatic missions beforehand. Do you understand? If you proceed to attack the city, you will have the full might of Gorendia marching into the trees of your tribes. Do you understand?
He looks at you, and you straight up see his eyes like cloud over with like red mist, and like two like glowing green slits like appear in his eyes. And he speaks with a very different voice, with sort of like a multi-layered voice. The little humans think that they can dictate terms to...
Look, I'm not here for deity mumbo jumbo bullshit. Listen to me right now. We're going to provide your man. You're going to retreat from these battlements. If you proceed to attack us, you will feel the full might of Gorendia. That is my terms. I'm going to turn and walk away.
Can I turn into the archer form as soon as he starts walking away?
Absolutely. You shimmer with starlight and begin to transform. This guy turns and looks at Awen. And there's a moment. And then he grins. Awen? Is that you? Oh, this day was prophesied. It's gonna be good. Revenge for the Hectlyle Pits is ours. Pleasure to meet you in person, Godslayer.
It's funny, for all I've felt about the Hectlyle Pits over these years, people tried to reassure me that I'd actually done you a favor.
And you did. And now we reclaim our lost pride that you took from us. To slay the one who slayed Zhao Dan himself. Oh, the histories will ring with my deeds. Fully retreats from this pit master, and the last words are just straight up from these 6 heads on Matshesha. When you see, everybody sees from all of these Yuan-Ti, all of the purebloods, all of the Malazans, the pit masters, little tiny gossamer thin strands of silver magic tainted with red start to arc back and into Matshesha, looking like little lines of stars tinted red. We already rolled initiative, but we're going into combat, baby! Starting off, Alberta. Awen, that is your turn right this second. You feel this wave of hatred and animosity extend out from these enemies.
Is this similar to what I've seen Zhao Dan do?
This is very dissimilar
Oh.
to something you've seen Zhao Dan do. This is most like what Matshesha is doing. Looks most akin to what Lolth did.
I was wondering that and hoping otherwise. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Make us feel good.
All right. I'm going to hide if I can.
Yeah, still outside these walls?
If I can duck inside, then yes, I will duck inside. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me that stealth roll, if you'd be so kind.
Yes, I'm gonna put myself kind of here, if that's cool.
Can I cast guidance on Awen as she passes as a reaction?
On your turn, we're in combat now.
Okay.
I appreciate the offer.
The sentiment. Yeah.
Sentiment, thank you.
I'm still learning all my spells, sorry. Some are reactions, some are not.
Yeah.
Good.
But that's gonna be 33.
Incredible.
I think for stealth rolls, I'm probably okay.
All right,
Gotcha.
I appreciate it. But just letting you know, don't waste your
Absolutely.
stuff on that.
These 6 heads each gaze around and lose you for a minute.
So that was my bonus action.
Yep, yeah.
In terms of what we can see out here, is there like a big group of people like Yuan-Ti that is just not on the map right now?
Yes. So, sort of on this line here is sort of this army, and only the big ones are sort of highlighted.
Okay. So then I am going to cast the 60-foot radius.
Oh, gee whiz.
Nice.
Now, a lot of them are Yuan-Ti, so they might have advantage on the saving throw, but I am hidden. So because of my magical ambush, that would give them disadvantage. So it might be a straight roll or disadvantage, depending on what they can be. But I'm going to need them to make anyone in a 60-foot radius, getting the most people I can. Sort of, obviously wanting to get Matshesha and the Orlando coin golem. A Constitution saving throw, please.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. But I'd move it so us. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, please, thank you. Constitution saving throw at disadvantage unless they have something to avoid that.
Yes, so all of the Yuan-Ti and these flesh golems have magic resistance. So let's do one for Matshesha first. That I believe is going to pass. That is above 20.
Okay, then that'll pass. My DC's 20.
Yeah. Then we'll do the coin golem. That one's not so good. That's only an 11. Then the other two flesh golems, one of them's going to pass. That's 22. The other one's going to fail. So flesh golem 1 and Orlando coin, the coin golem have failed. And let's just do those quick. Let's do those pitmasters. Both pitmasters are going to fail as well.
Cool. And any soldiers or whatever in there are going to take 8d6 if they failed, or half as much on a successful one. So just 26 is the full, but to everyone in there.
Just 26.
Crap.
As I cast Circle of Death at 6th level.
You see the opening for this fight. Awen ducks into cover. Everyone, she vanishes, completely gone for a split second, reappears. Boom! 60-foot radius sphere. All these major enemies are damaged to varying degrees, and the Yuan-Ti purebloods dead. Just like 100 Yuan-Ti purebloods instantly die. The Malazans look bloodied. They look hurt. Absolutely brutal.
And I have already used my bonus action to hide. I will look over at Thesia, nod my head, and then I will just duck somewhere. I can't hide again, but I would like to get cover. And I think where I am right now, I might be able to get some cover.
You get a little bit of cover.
Sorry about killing your people. I heard you were okay with it.
Oh, yeah. Genocide is fine by Thesia.
Last session I said, oh yes, the mass slaughter and genocide of my people. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
They're nasty.
They're nasty. You might... I don't know how much you would know about the history of Awen's relationship with Yuan-Ti.
Not a lot, I'm afraid.
It's complicated.
Rough.
There's a look of sadness and resignation in her eyes before she sort of ducks into cover. And as Alberta, I'll tell you guys, she doesn't want the destruction of an entire race. At all.
Cloud would feel the same way.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going to happen? There's going to be the destruction of an entire race.
Oh yeah, this is all of the Yuan-Ti.
It's fine. Well, I wasn't intending on killing them all. I was intending on making them a puppet state, but that's
Oh, it's funny because I have to ask Josh. I may have had a heads up that this was happening. Joshua?
Yeah.
Did Lindara, about the thing I approached her about the Yuan-Ti?
Yes. About the thing that you approached Lindara about. Lindara was like, if you can get them to surrender, and if they're willing to take magical vows of pacifism, we can make that happen. But
okay, thank you.
And genuinely wish you good luck in that way. That's I don't think what you're trying is possible, but
no.
Go ahead.
I fate has told me it probably isn't. But thank you. I would have thanked her greatly for that. By the way, my sending stone, you said ages ago that I could have when the person it's connected to is Lindora. Just, I'll let you know now, so it's not like, oh, the
Very cool.
person conveniently I need. This person just happens to be that.
Well,
Also,
that's cool.
quick question.
Yeah.
You know what we talked about at the end of last session? Were you still planning that?
Which bit? What was it?
No, a bit about Cloud and her.
Oh yes,
Because I'm thinking she can see a lot of shit from where she
a
is.
lot of sheep. You know what we're gonna do, Cloud? We're gonna wait, and we're gonna wait until the first round of combat is done.
Yeah.
Because
I think in the heat of the moment, she would just instinctively do what she's planning on doing, and then realize the scale of what's going on.
when people say lair action goes at initiative 20, normally that means that the lair thing goes first. You guys have a lot of actions before the war starts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's do that. Let's have it be like automatic first, and then 100% we will do that.
And I was thinking, if it helps, she was probably born before everything, but when she was growing up, that's when it, because she's 23. So I'm thinking, I don't know how long it was going on for.
So time is a weird thing when it comes to this particular conflict.
Yeah.
What I can say is that likely the war itself was going on for a long time before you were born, and the end, like the war made it to you.
Which is why I think she was probably born while everything was going on. She knew about it, but it wasn't till like her teenage years that it really started affecting.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Cool.
all of your world hopping since then has made time wiki. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later in a meta way.
I feel like
Brilliant.
I just came back to a conversation I really wish I was in on.
Yeah, you did.
You hit all my buzzwords.
We will get to it. Don't worry, you haven't missed out on anything permanently. Cloud, first turn, don't have to make a saving throw. What you gonna do?
I'm in archer form. Would I know whether radiant damage would set off the barrels?
The necrotic damage didn't set off the barrels. Make me a survival check.
No. 19 plus 11 is 30.
Huh. You think fire damage is the one that's gonna set it off. It doesn't look like other types of damage. I mean, if you hit it with enough bludgeoning or something, like it's volatile enough that it could go, but fire's the one that's gonna do it.
I'm just gonna flame arrow it. Okay, so I've got to use my hand crossbow, and the ammunition becomes fire. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna do that. So it's 12 pieces of ammunition become magical with fire damage.
Amazing.
So I'm gonna use my hand crossbow.
What's the range on that?
30 to 120 foot.
Amazing. So from where you are, you can aim for any of the barrels you like, but it's going to be with disadvantage.
What, even the barrel closest to the water?
Even the barrel close to the water is more than 30 feet away.
The 120 is your like the farthest you can shoot it at all. 30 is your like short range, so you can shoot it totally fine up to 30. The second number is how far it'll totally go.
Okay, so it'll be at disadvantage.
Yeah.
To hit. Okay, so I got a 14 as my lowest.
14's not going to hit this barrel.
Okay, I need to make a note. I've still got 11 shots.
You go,
and as a bonus,
yeah,
can I turn to the chalice, please?
Changing into the chalice. More than welcome to do that. Awesome stuff. Next up is Thesia.
Okay, I'm going to move next to Cloud, just outside of the gate, and I would like to use Shatter, which is range of 60 feet. Now that will go to Coin, won't it?
That'll go exactly to Coin.
Oh, lovely! And I'm going to use that at 4th level. Can the golem make a Constitution saving throw, please?
The golem can and shall make a Constitution saving throw. 19.
No, fails. Mine's a 20.
Nice.
Nice. So I'm going to use it at level 4, which is an extra 2d8. So that's 5d8 of thunder damage.
5d8 of thunder? Absolutely. Go for it.
Yeah. That's 26 damage, thunder damage.
26 thunder damage to Coin. That's also a radius spell, isn't it?
10 foot. I don't think Matshesha's within 10 feet.
Not going to do it. 26, you said?
Yeah. So if anyone who can see me, all you see is my mouth moving, like whispering, and all of a sudden it's like boom, like in the distance.
Yeah, brutal. You see like the stitches that like hold this thing together start to like break apart at the vibrations, and then just like come back together again. It's a nasty, nasty monster. Anything else for your turn, Thesia?
No, I'm just gonna stay with Cloud, but I'm gonna have my shield like prepared.
Yeah.
To take a hit.
Monsieur Theramin, that is you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move closer because I'm saving. When I get a bit closer, I'm going to do something else. And then I want my flock to come out and fly with me.
Yeah, you can totally. I'm going to say that you can have set that up, so that's not going to cost you anything for the moment. You got 3.
If they die?
Yeah.
How quickly can I get them back?
It will take you too long in combat to get them back.
I might sacrifice one of them. Oh, who am I going to sacrifice? I never thought I'd have to think about this. Let's get Quincy.
Yeah.
I want him to kamikaze like a barrel and like with fire, but like dive at it with flames to kind of ignite it. If that's a possible move.
I think that they've got like a 40 movement speed, so absolutely it's possible. I'm going to put a little wing token on the board that represents Quincy.
He's working up to that.
So Quincy's working up to, there we go, tiny little Quincy. So starting from, let's say the gate, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Next turn, it's going to be able to do that.
Okay, sweet. Sorry, Quincy. I do love you, but I'm gonna get gone.
Quincy's like,
and how much health would I lose from a level 6 spell?
36.
Okay. Well, can I move closer to the edge by Cloud?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm thinking of doing a hallucinatory terrain. So there's like fire in front of where we are so they can't see us. And also so that the moat looks like it's not there anymore so that they might walk into it.
Incredible.
So it obscures us, but with like a fiery mound that like covers and fills in the moat.
Like a fiery moat?
Well, no, so that like behind the moat is like a kind of big mound and then there's like fire at the top of it, of like earth. And then there's fire, so they can't see us. And then the like earth as it like rises up from the ground like fills in the moat so that they don't think it's an obstacle anymore.
Yeah, 100%. There we go. Right, hallucinatory terrain is up, and now it begins. So in a flurry at the beginning of combat, we have boom, several area of effect spells go off. One fire arrow is shot, does not quite hit. Quincy begins a dive bomb towards that same one, and Theramin throws up a hallucinatory terrain. The rest of the soldiers hear the cry go up for battle. The general sort of lets everybody know that it's time to prepare a volley. The ballistas get loaded up. They are preloaded. They need to take an action to aim, so they're going to do that. The archers, however, are going to get a volley. Let's make this interesting. Riadon, could you give me a d20 roll and add 3 to whatever you get?
Oh, 22.
22?
Yeah, roll 19.
Absolutely brutal. That is actually incredible right now. Can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Sure. I'm not joking. 4. I'm not joking either.
13, 14.
Welcome to the Mockeries.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
The first round, I'm just gonna do a quick saving throw for this dude. All right. No, it's not gonna happen. These guys have been given instructions to put tar and light up their arrows with flames. Like they do sort of like a blanket volley, and a few of them target right in on the flesh golem number 4. And what you see is 1, 2, 3, 4. In a 25-foot radius explosion, that barrel gets set off and deals a truly colossal amount of damage. That house that's in the background, that was sort of on the outskirts of town, already sort of got broken up by the shatter spell on the one side earlier. Just it incinerates that wall and the roof. And then the golem nearest it is going to take, holy moly, it's going to take 30, 40, 50, 60, 73 points of damage. So that's going to be 74 points of damage as that barrel gets fully taken out, and he's not going to be able to lob it at the walls. Boom. He's still up because these things are really tough, but does not get to throw this turn. That is those archers. The archers on the other side are going to get a volley in. They're just going to go ahead and shoot. And then these flesh golems are going to go. So these guys get a 1, 2, 3, 4 movement with their barrels. And this guy's going to stay where he is. And each of these guys is targeting one of these ballista. Boom. Boom. Let's make an attack roll for the golem. What does it get when it attacks? +8. +8, and the ballista have an AC. It's not good. So yeah, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. That one's not gonna hit. So that's good. So ballista number 4 does not get hit. These other 2 are each going to take 40, 50. Yeah, that's enough. Ballista number 3 and ballista number 1 fully gone. And part of the ramparts over there as well are going to go. Boom. There's a big hole over there now. And a big hole here as well in the walls. The Yuan-Ti army surges forward. Theramin's illusion is broken and does not work on them. It looks like there's sort of a feedback loop with Matshesha going on, and she is not interested in those illusions. So the armies come to the walls. The fighting sort of begins. They start to pour through the cracks, start to climb the walls. People start to fight them off. Miss Prosperine is going to take her turn. Immediately throws up tactician magic and is going to use one of her Tide of Disinformation homebrew subclass abilities called Phantom Unit. She goes, all right, this is the moment that we've been talking about. We have to break through their forces. They're naturally sort of splitting off on either side anyway, but this is how we're going to get over there. She casts the invisibility spell at an 8th level, and all of you become invisible.
Regular invisibility or greater invisibility?
Regular invisibility. So everybody gets her magic. Peter's not gonna accept it because he's got something to do in a second. But Riadon, you get it. Everybody, I'm giving you all blue circles. So you guys are all like that, and she's gonna start moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Invisibility, just go, go, go. Peter, for his turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Runs up, joins her. He's got a bit of a bad leg, so he can only actually go 25 feet. Takes out his sword, and does the thing that he does. Light glows along the blade, and an enormous blast of energy in a straight line ahead of him clears out this pitmaster and gives you a straight shot toward Orlando Coin Golem and Matshesha herself. These two Yuan-Ti are going to go 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Boom. This guy's going to go over and try to get more barrel. That is all of that. Riadon, that is your turn. You are invisible, and you've got a straight shot forward.
I'm going to use puddles before I do anything, and I'm just going to say to using message, could I have 0 task force, heavy cavalry unit, to smash through the walls that they're coming through, please?
100%. Young, ambitious, very well trained, lieutenant of the of Zero Task Force cavalry unit, Marcella. She responds, "Done, sir." And cavalry units go and meet the Yuan-Ti who are starting to come into these walls and smashes into them. Puddles just quickly says to you, "I know we're in the middle of a fight, but that other weapon said he was the coolest one, and I wanted to tell him that I was the coolest weapon."
I will show him.
Yeah, I like that. That'd be nice.
With which I will take a, if I can, Josh.
Yep.
Pushing through, can I take a dash action as far as possibly can to the golem?
Yep. The those water tiles there are 2 tiles of difficult terrain in there, but yeah, 100%.
50 foot because I'm wearing plate.
Right, 35, 40, 45, 50. So you are wading through the water. Charging ahead. Boom, 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 boom. Peter calls after you. "Good luck, my prince."
I'm in ride-on mode. Everything that's happening behind him.
100%. We return... No, we don't return to the top of the initiative order. Because I haven't done anything for Matshesha this turn. Or
That's fine either.
Matshesha's actually going to stay back. Matshesha's just going to stay back for a minute and let the Orlando Coin Golem charge forward toward Riadon. You know what? He should have gone when the other flesh golems went. So he's just charged forward. He's just going to be there. And no attacks from him this round. That's on me. We're going back to the top of the round. Awen, this is the biggest fight. This is the biggest battle that you have seen in over 200 years. This is, interestingly, this is what might have happened had the MacLeod pits stayed open, had they remained.
Yeah. Before she was turned invisible, seeing the destruction and the Sybriax blood exploding, the Sybriax acre exploding, depending on anyone's levels of insight, you would have seen a profound sadness in her. But then she's invisible. So what she's going to do is I'm going to move over a little bit. Is there a way for me to get up on the wall?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a DC 20 acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay. Athletics. Please. With my -1. But acrobatics is going to be so much, Josh. It's like I rolled a natural 17 and I have +12. So I'm up there.
Invisible. You barely touch the wall. Almost looks like doesn't look like anything, but if you could see you, just looks like you fly straight up to the top.
Okay. I'm going to put myself around there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were so clumping, and we're still pretty clumping, but that's fine. I will, 70 feet, hit the, I'll roll for it, the barrel of Sybriax Acre on the left-hand side by FG4.
Yep.
And I'm invisible. This will make me visible, but I'm invisible, so I have advantage
That you do.
I would have also, before I did it, said fire.
Yeah.
So that my short bow was set to that. And I rolled a natural 20. Do I get sneak attack on a barrel?
Doesn't matter for the sake of the barrels, the fire damage, more than enough to explode it. But you know what we'll say? We'll say that the explosion is a crit. Impossible for this not to be the case. Everybody in that area is immediately blown to hell. Just completely gone. There's a crater as this fireball, searing as bright as the sun, appears in the area where you blew up that thing. Boom.
And for a split second, because the invisibility would have released before she hides, once again, that same sadness, and she'll kind of and then she'll hide.
Yeah.
Natural 19, 39.
Okay. Interesting. 39, you say?
Yes.
Cool.
Should
Cool
wear my other
beans.
cloak.
Should have got the other cloak.
It would have
that
taken
is
an action though, and I to get unperceived, but whatever.
Cloud. You stand before the gates. You have become invisible. You see these hunters, these soldiers rushing past you. And you remember the day that Rizael fell. Rizael is your home world that you come from. A world of incredibly beautiful valleys and mountains that stretch far above the clouds. A world full of strange and unusual races, most of which you have not seen on Cygalia in your time here, where your people formed tribes and live what lives they do. And you remember that all your life growing up, there were talks about the war that was happening on other worlds, other realms. You heard that the human populace on Rizael left to fight in that war. Then it got closer, and then that, in the year leading up to this day, the fighting arrived on Rizael. And you remember that day, Storm met with two emissaries, a human emissary and a hooded figure whose form you never saw. And afterwards told everybody that it was necessary that you leave Rizael. How did you feel in that moment when you were told that you were going to have to leave your home?
Scared, resentful, and a little bit rebellious. Like, no, this is our home. Why would we leave? Why would we abandon everything that we love and know for uncertainty? I think that's something Cloud would have carried on traveling with, was the resentfulness, the sense of losing everything to a war that they were never originally a part of, that they were almost recruited into. And for her, that feeling would have been, we were recruited into it and then it came to us. If we had just stayed separate, if we had just said no, or we would have said our peace is something we uphold, then maybe she'd still have her home.
You say that you wish that you'd stayed out of the war. Some of your people went and were a part of the war. But when the war came to your doorstep, that was not a choice. That happened irregardless. And you remember on that day, hundreds upon hundreds of dragons descended from the skies and met in battle with titanic figures. These colossal humanoids radiated magic. You saw humans and various armies and species riding griffins, riding horses, on foot, riding out to meet the fighting, the dragons. You saw this incredibly strange shadow cross the sky very briefly, whose form you couldn't quite make out, but it seemed to have an infinite number of constantly changing arms, little slivers of light behind the clouds. You saw one of these titanic figures reach all the way around an entire mountain, break it at its base, lift, and throw into the sky, which erupted into fire and death. And you saw your world become a wasteland even as Storm led you away. Some very small reflection of that conflict on a much smaller scale is happening now. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from you, please?
Do I just add my modifier?
Just add your modifier.
Yeah. 15.
15. You feel the impact of seeing this devastation again, but you can continue. Take your turn.
I think Cloud would be crying at this point, just like almost, like anime style, her head down, fists by her side, like just sobbing, but just like her head down so no one can see her.
You're also invisible.
And just yeah. So like she's not going to be in a minute, but just like uncontrollably shaking. And she's just going to summon whatever strength she has. Seeing Kein, seeing this unholy creature before her of someone who has been such a pain in the ass to her and her new family. She's just going to be like, not again. This is not going to happen again. And she's going to throw an ice knife, the same spell she first used when she got into her druid powers, just straight at him. That's a natural 20. Is it too late to say that I was going to cast it at a higher level as well?
Nice gods have spoken.
So that would be base 24, the crit rules. Hit. Oh, you're kidding. Okay, so 1 second. 17 plus 6 is 23?
Yeah.
Yes. 23. Extra.
Absolutely brilliant.
And when she snaps back to being visible in exactly the same spot, but she is like, anyone would be able to see it, like her head is down, she is physically shaking, and there is like tears streaming down her face.
You launch with all of this grief, this ice knife, buries into this horrifying creature's chest, and then ice bursts out in spikes of its body. You swear in this moment, Cloud, that you see the Orlando Kein head. Its eyes widen in recognition and fear from the time you did this before.
Cloud wouldn't notice. She's just sort of like down,
cool.
shaking.
Emilia will just call out and say, Cloud, that was awesome. We gotta move forward. We gotta get Matshesha. Cool.
I don't think a 15 would be enough for her to move. I think it would be enough for her to recognize she needs to fight, but I don't think it's enough for her to move into that battle.
Sure.
Unless she is physically forced to.
Sure. Cool beans. Thesia, that is you.
So I'm going to move in front of Cloud, in like the square just ahead of her. I'll put the map there.
Yeah.
Boom. With my shield out, because obviously Cloud's not invisible anymore. I can see her. So it's like I must protect the small cat, and I will cast Immolation, which I will take damage for, because it is a 5th level spell. Can Matshesha please take a dexterity saving throw, please?
Dexterity saving throw for Matshesha. I'm afraid that's going to be a 22.
Okay, she still takes fire damage. It's just half. So she will take half 8d6 of fire damage. She will take 12 points of fire damage.
She's going to take half of that because she has fire resistance.
No, it's 25 halved.
Then halved again because she has fire resistance. That's good to know.
That is good to know.
Yeah, so it's double halved. Matshesha looks at you, Thesia. After you do that spell. Sorry, is that the end of your turn?
No, that is the end of my turn. Sorry.
Looks at you, Thesia, as this immolation sort of washes over her with very little effect. Can I get you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Oh, can. 18.
18 is going to do it. Can I get a charisma saving throw as well?
Of course you can. 23.
23 is also going to do it. You just see part of her attention is trained on you, and you hear the whispers in your mind as she says, Thesia, you have done so much better than I ever imagined you could do. You were one of the candidates to become champion of Malar, and that role still needs to be filled. When Zhen arrives, we can kill him and you can become the champion. And we can rule over our people and all of the wretched humans of this country.
Can I reply to her with message?
You can just say something in your mind and you think that she'll pick it up, yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Thesia just like, she's got this shield and she's just grinning above the shield. She's like, I don't belong to you anymore. Asmodeus is my patron now.
Oh boy. You say Asmodeus is my patron now in your mind to her. I'm going to keep that in mind. That echoes out and there's a moment of silence. Theramin, that's you.
I am going to do Old Faithful, I think. I'm going to move next to Cloud to start. Oh god, I'm changing my label color. There you go. Doink. There we are.
Boom.
I guess Quincy should probably change direction, maybe. I mean, him blowing up that other barrel is pretty useless anyway, because there's no one next to it. Oh yeah, there is. Oh hell yeah, go there, Quincy. It may take you a while, but get over there.
I'm gonna dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Quincy going.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna shoot Orlando Coin in the genitalia.
You see Orlando Coin has multiple sets of genitalia for you to aim at.
I've got multiple Eldritch Blasts as well, so one for each. My Flazers.
Flazers! Those are lasers
Cool.
that explode on impact, by the way. Fire lasers.
How many I've got 3 Eldritch,
4.
haven't I? So can't get used to this.
Level 20.
Level 20 is
Oh,
good.
my lord. Okay, so what? Should I roll 4d20 or should I do it all one at a time, like 1d20 and then...
Roll all 4 of them.
Okay. I got a 20 on the first one. Plus 13, so 33. They're going to be shit now, aren't they? 13, that's unlucky, but 13 plus 13 is
26. It's gonna, yeah.
Oh, what's that one? 11.
It's gonna do it.
24.
24.
I need a bigger space to roll on, really. One more. Come on, a 10. Oh, they got gradually worse, didn't they?
Yeah, but that one still
23.
hits because the 23 is still very good.
How many d10s am I rolling? Like a ton?
I mean, yeah. Roll 4d10. You're gonna add 38 to whatever you roll.
Why do I do that?
Because
you get
you add
attack bonus.
7 per, because of agonizing blast. You roll at 7 per hit, and then you add a full 10 because of the crit.
Okay. 8. 9.
Okay.
If the last, I need to get a 10 now. After that, that'll be like 1. And a 6.
Okay, so that's 24 plus 38 is 62 points of damage.
And genitals.
Boom, boom. Yes, would you like to describe your attack for us?
I think it will be blurred out, but his phasers aim at his junk and just kind of shoot them off. I'm not actually. I think I might just like go for actual limbs as well, like maybe one of his junks, and then one of his like arms, and yeah, I'm just piercing through with my phasers.
True howl of anguish and pain from multiple sort of werewolf heads as you just unload eldritch blasts into Coin's body. Coin's looking messed up. Coin's looking straight up messed up.
I really hate him, so I have to go for the low blows.
Absolutely.
We all
Absolutely.
really hate him.
He's owned it.
I'm so happy that you guys really hate him.
Cloud hates him so much, she's turned him into, if we ever get betrayed by someone, we've been coined. That's how much she hates him.
If you turn your attention kindly over to the left, that made me happier than you could ever know, by the way. You turn your attention over to the left-hand side of the map, appearing monstrous, enormous, bounding in giant leaps, which take him an absurd distance, appears Zhen, champion of Malar, giant, scary werewolf. Arrives on scene, it tears through purebloods like they're made of paper, howls, brings some of his own lycanthropes that he's been transforming over the last little while, and they start to like clear a path for him to make his way into the fight. In this moment, Zhen is here, champion of Malar. Matshesha is here, leader of the Yuan-Ti. Thesia. You hear a voice in your head. It says, as per our contract, do you want to say it maybe a little bit louder this time?
Sure. You just like, oh, for sake.
Loud enough for everyone to hear. That's the deal.
Yeah. Gonna shout top of my lungs. I'm not invisible anymore because I cast a spell.
That's true.
So, a nice way of saying.
I don't know that there is a nice way of saying this.
There probably is a nice way of saying Malaran with Asmodeus, but I can't think of the right word right now.
I think Thesia would just say that though.
Yeah, do you know what? As loud as I possibly can, in front of the champion of Malar. Go f- yourself. Malar is I'm with Asmodeus now.
This declaration echoes out across the battlefield. You renounce Malar, the god you grew up with, and declare yourself to be on the side of Asmodeus, Lord of the Nine Hells. You can feel that this declaration carries with it magical weight in this moment. You are going to have advantage on certain things, which are a thing. The influence of Malar is going to be lessened on you, specifically. However, this echoes out. Jen and Matshesha stop dead. The fighting continues around them. They both look straight at you. And it looked like Jen was heading straight for Matshesha. He turns on a dime. Starts heading your way.
Can I make a perception check
Yeah, do it.
to see whether I notice this? Plus 11. That would be an 18.
On an 18 perception check, you definitely see Jen roll up. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So here's what Jen's going to do for their turn. You ready?
No.
Jen's going to use their movement. Boom. Boom. I'm going to need an opposed athletics check from Thesia. It's grapple, so you can do athletics or acrobatics to try to get out of this.
I will do acrobatics, please.
Yep.
I think as Jen's like running towards Thesia, she's just shouting, "Come on, you big overgrown dog!" Just not having it. That will be a 20 plus 10. That is a 30 for acrobatics.
With a 30 acrobatics, at 100% avoid the first attempt to grab you. Go ahead and do it again if you'd be so kind.
I am a snake. I am a danger noodle. You cannot grapple me. 16 plus 10 is a 26.
26 is not going to do it this time. You dodge nimbly the second one, whips around, grabs you, and with you in tow, jumps over here with you.
No.
Where? Sorry. Oh, yeah.
If you rolled a 20, would you be able to escape that? What would it make it?
It would make it
'Cause
30.
I'm using one of my important rolls.
Divination wizard.
Yes. You'd be able to make it.
Yeah.
Then he doesn't grapple you if 30 meets the check. This is not happening again.
Boom.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not happening again. You do that. Okay.
Don't worry, Thesia, I got you.
You avoid the second grapple thanks to a little twisting of fate that happens. Last time. I'm gonna need one more check.
I'm gonna use my wheel, so you get a plus. You get a 1d6 to this roll.
30.
30. Not gonna do it this time. He was getting higher and higher rolls every single time. He is gonna grab you. He is gonna drag you over here. But those were his 3 attacks for the turn. So that's gonna be Jen's turn. That's that. Coin's gonna go. Riadon, you are still invisible, so he's gonna try to move through you. I don't know.
I'm going to try and step out the way.
Yeah. Could you just give me a dex saving throw?
Even if it's a dex saving throw, so we will see clunk, clunk, clunk. 15? No,
Yeah, I'm gonna say 15's good enough. Yeah. You step right out of the way of Coin. Cloud, what are you doing?
I'm checking something for my next turn. Sorry.
Cool.
I'm working out speed.
If you like, there's a little measuring tool underneath the cloud of the
underneath
paintbrush.
paint. Right, got you. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh.
help measure out distances and things.
Sorry, I didn't think anyone else could see me for a second. I was like, I'm gonna work
Oh my
this
God.
out.
That's what I've been on my spell book and like between like all my sheets for Awen because her stuff is really
Feline
complicated.
agility is gonna come in handy.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is so useful. I like this.
Using a very long reach, Kein's gonna do something for once because he's just getting ragged
Coin's a
on,
little
and that's
bitch.
not okay.
That's what he's gonna do.
Here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna make 2 attacks with a 10-foot range reach because I don't think he can move anymore. What's his speed? Nah, he can't move anymore. He's gonna hit Peter. That's what he's gonna do.
Oh, thank
Good
God.
for him.
So I just created 2 random yellow blocks. I don't know what I did.
We kept having that happen the other day. It's okay.
I can't get rid of it. I'm going to refrain
No,
from
I was
using
like,
the
oh, let's just count the squares.
That is so funny.
I thought dragging it off the board would do something, but it didn't. But now it's out of the way, at least. I don't know how to get rid of it. Thought I might get rid of it. Didn't.
Emilia ends up over here. Peter ends up over here. As these 2 blows sort of knock them over to the sides, and they're temporarily stunned. So they're not going to be useful for the rest of this thing. Here we go. Matshesha is going to go. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Matshesha comes right up to the edge of the water. I am going to need every single one of you to make me a wisdom saving throw, if you'd be so kind.
Including myself?
You can make it with advantage.
Oh,
Natural 20.
Natural 20
Glorious.
plus 4.
Oh my god!
Welcome to the mockeries.
Welcome to the Mockeries!
I got a nat
19.
1, so...
Yeah,
19.
I
Oh,
also
Callum.
got a nat 1, so we've balanced things out.
Plus, what is it, wisdom? So it's 8 altogether, because I plus 7 on it.
It's going to be
Nat
12
one.
for me, but it's a natural 1.
Natural one's not gonna do it.
I can't, I
Oh, right,
can't
yeah,
use
okay.
my reaction. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna need everyone again roll a charisma saving throw. Again,
Charisma.
Daisy with advantage.
An unnatural 20.
Great,
Unnatural 20.
great.
10, oh boy.
Fail.
This is all too familiar for her.
Yeah.
25.
She's
19. That's with
recognizing
everything.
this.
19's good.
This is what Neris was, or very similar
This is
operations.
what Lolth did, basically.
Yeah.
Scaring people.
What'd you get there, Callum?
25?
Hey, there you go. You are filled with fear at the sight of this being. You are under the frightened condition. You have disadvantage to your attacks and cannot move closer to any Yuan-Ti. So basically, you can't move forward. Matshesha fills your mind with fear and then tries to charm you, but then you're like, I'm the most charming person in the world. Awen.
The last one was a charm effect?
Last one was a charm effect.
Okay.
Roll with advantage.
It's 14.
Still not going to make it, I'm afraid. You have felt this effect before, or something very similar to it. You are filled both with fear and with charm, with awe. The mixture of these 2 conditions is such that this almost like dopamine adrenaline combination of ecstasy and terror fills your mind. You are too scared to run away and too enthralled to do anything to harm this person. This being is splendid. It is incredible. It is awe-inspiring and utterly entrancing to you. You may not take actions or movements or anything while you're under this effect, but you may re-roll your saving throws at the end of your turn.
Is Theramin scared of Thesia now?
Yes. Theramin is terrified of Thesia. Any snake people. Any snakes, any snake people. Yep.
Josh,
Yeah.
I'm going to use Stroke of Luck, No, I can't. Damn, it's the one thing I can't use it on. Never mind.
Saving throws is the only thing you can't use it for?
Yeah.
Rough. That is rough.
Oh, no.
Awen's own past coming back to haunt her as she recalls the time that Lolth did something similar to this as well. Cool.
Can we see like a reaction from Arwen from up on there?
Rolled a 39 stealth.
We see
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, I can't see her.
Probably not. Probably Awen's just gone.
Okay. Count may have done, but that's fine.
Usually,
outside of stealth.
Usually Amelia and Peter would be able to go, but they can't. They're stunned for this turn. We're gonna have a round where the ballista and the trebuchets get to fire, and they're basically going to start dealing huge amounts of damage to these like big flesh golems and things. They launch rocks, they launch ballista, etc. And these guys look hurt. These flesh golems. I don't know why these guys are on the board anymore. They just get one of them gets the spear through his chest and dies, and the other one got blown up.
Spear, you say?
Huh?
A spear, you say?
Oh, like I mean, like a ballista bolt, but yeah,
I was gonna say, does it get stuck to a wall?
Talk about pasts coming back to remind
Absolutely. This giant spear-like ammunition hits this pitmaster through the chest and into the building behind him, and he dies immediately.
Okay. How can you deal with that? Makes it feel better.
Absolutely. Next to go is Riadon.
Right. Again, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cast, as a bonus action, Channel Divinity, Champion Challenge. And as I do, I basically, bursting out of my chest, this white light goes over me and then forms like almost like angel wings on my back. Just to make me look cool. And each creature of my choice that I can see within 30 foot must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they cannot move anywhere 30 foot away from me. They will end if I become incapacitated or die, or they're pushed out of there without their own means. And I choose all Yuan-Ti. I choose the golem, and I also choose Matshesha.
Yeah, for sure.
The DC isn't that high.
DC's not that high. What is the DC?
That would be 18.
18 is awesome. The coin golem doesn't make that. Gets a 17. Matshesha handily beats that. So yeah, the coin golem just stops. And this wave of magic just seems to brush over Matshesha. She doesn't seem to. One head regards you coldly. Yeah.
And also to any of the Yuan-Ti who are barreling down there as well, I'm going to do them. So
yeah.
Feel free to do what you want with that.
Yeah, like there's like a group of Yuan-Ti who like stop moving, and all the others behind them are kind of like start moving around them, and it just creates a blockage in the battle.
Okay, and then I'm going to unload hell onto Matshesha if I can hit her.
Go for it.
I'm going to hit her. For my 2 levels, because I was level 8, for 2 levels for level 10, I took Fighter. So I'm going to take an action surge as well. I'm going to hit her 6 times.
Yeah, with action surge, that's absolutely a thing. Go ahead and make those attacks. Yeah.
Josh.
Yes.
Is this a magical effect?
That's affecting you?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm just checking. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Really, really amazing. One of them was a natural 20. The other ones are some of them are fairly low. And then I'm just going to add...
So many nat 20s this fight.
One was a natural 20. My next lowest was 24.
24 is going to hit.
Then 22.
22 will also hit.
So I had 2 of them. Then 21.
21 is not going to do it.
No worries. So 4 hits. One was a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, I'm going to smite her.
Yep.
Yes.
So that's a second level for my natural 20. Second level on that.
Josh,
Yeah.
from what I know about Yuan-Ti in my research and what I do, and information I've gathered about them in general, and I would have done some research on Matshesha and Zhen when I kind of, knew that stuff was happening. Do I know if Matshesha is from this world?
Matshesha is Cygalian, yes.
Okay.
So whatever's going on is not the same thing, but it's magically reminiscent of what you know. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries.
That makes... Okay. Thank you.
Call back to before the fall. When Lolth was summoned to the Cygalian world, there is magic in place that makes it impossible for gods to do that. The gods are too powerful. Their divine shards, their essences are too powerful to make it to the material plane. This is something we know from Balzabul fight, that shard could not come back to Cygalia. There is
He didn't take it.
There was a loophole.
Oh, we almost took it.
There is a loophole in that rule which was exploited in the Before the Fall campaign, which is that somebody who is not Cygalian, who's not born on Cygalia, can be used as a conduit for a divine being because the interior of their body is not considered Cygalian territory. So the divine being can enter their body and exist inside of them. And in that way, Lolth was able to, because Neris and Awen are originally from Bator, the world which then became the Nine Hells, was able to burst out of overcome Neris's body, basically transforming it into her own and exude magical influence on Cygalia, and then was killed as a result. That is not what is happening to Matshesha right now.
Question: if I had taken the shard, would that happen to Cloud?
If you had taken the shard, you would have had the powers of an archdevil on the world of Cygalia.
Okay. I have the damage, but
yes.
Does Puddles proc?
Yes. I almost got it open, and then I forgot to get the table open. So
Does he proc every single time that I hit him? Or just once?
No, once.
Once is enough. Okay.
Can you roll a d8 for me, please?
Of course. That is... I didn't want to roll it twice. That's 8, Josh.
An 8. This is the same one we got last
Sunlight.
time.
Nice, out of the chest.
A bolt of light shoots from your chest. Another creature of your choice you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded until your next turn.
Okay.
And you can use that as a bonus action on your turns.
Amazing. Okay, well I've taken a bonus action, so I can't do that. But Josh, that's 158 points of damage.
Yes.
Whoa.
Wet.
Do you want me to drop it into radiance and stuff, or because there's something?
I would love the elemental breakdown of the damage. Yes.
No problem. Give me 1 second.
Can I have a mental conversation with Sliver?
Yes, I'm here. I can't wait to actually be used in this fight.
I need you. We need to get to Thesia.
Heck yes.
When we get there, I need you to turn into a scythe. We need to get Zhen. We need to stop this.
I 100% am on board. That guy's got some crazy powerful, foreign magic in his system.
7 charges. We need to get to him.
Oh, I'm totally on board. This is going to... Listen, as you guys are having this conversation, Riadon does this thing.
Yeah. I want it to be like...
Yeah.
Cloud is mentally talking to him because she can't physically speak at the moment. She doesn't have that willpower.
Yeah.
We have those charges, baby.
78 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
The other is from a magical weapon.
Amazing. The radiant damage is going to be halved because of resistance. So that's going to be 38. And then what's the rest of it?
77 points of magical damage, just straight up.
Yeah.
And then half of the 78, which is
38.
8.
Or the 78 you said?
78, yes.
Oh, okay. Then 39.
39.
Truly insane. Truly remarkable. Yes. Go ahead. Describe what this looks like as you do this.
As I perform the angelic ceremony and basically pull everyone in to attack me, using puddles, I come in for the swing, aiming for the chest of the, I keep forgetting the name, the Matshesha, into the chest, and then I'm going to jump into one of the heads, into another one of the heads, and then down on the chest again. All of it's with radiance. And then, come on then! I told you to leave this place alone.
In an absolute shine of brilliance, a whirlwind of a battle hammer, and Riadon becomes this shining figure, shining wings on his chest, like bursting out of his chest in like laser beams. Boom, boom, boom. And Matshesha looks like gets bowled over by this damage. Looks hurt. Starts to look like she's taken on some damage. This Yuan-Ti anathema, this despised by the gods being. Moon, the Moonlight Scythe sliver,
Moon.
is in the middle of talking to you, stops, kind of goes, okay, that's just showing off. That's just...
We need to prove we're better.
Absolutely we do! Let's get over there!
Well, no, we're going the opposite direction. Thesia, we need to save.
Yes, I get it. We'll prove that we're better by doing something even cooler. I'm not having another sentient magic item pretending that it's as cool as me.
Thing is, do you want to destroy Peter or Jin?
No, we gotta save Thesia. We gotta get the big boy.
Can we still hit Peter?
I mean, not in the way you want. No.
No, I mean later. I don't mean now.
Later, I would love to forever sever his soul from his undead body. Yes.
Yeah, the Legazis need to die, but I feel like we might have to go solo for that. I'm not sure. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
It's fine.
Onward!
Might not need to go fully solo for that.
Absolutely brilliant, Riadon. That is a huge turn.
That's brilliant.
That is a huge turn.
It might be me kind of going into the distance very shortly as I disappear. But I'm leaving you with that.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah, Riadon shows up and does his badassery. You guys, this is your first time meeting one of the heroes of the God Heist, and it lives up. It lives up to the hype.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a one-hit wanderer, so that's it.
Awen, your turn is spent in this reverie. I'm gonna need wisdom and charisma saving throws. End your turn.
That's cocked. Wisdom is a natural 20.
Glorious.
And
Can I cast Woe? Oh no, I can't see you, can I?
No.
Okay, never mind.
whoa.
No, I think it would have to be
Wait.
wheel. I think it would
I was
have
like,
to
It
be.
is Will. I said Woe because I was like, but no,
I
it's
was like,
fine. I meant Will.
that's a natural one, but I have advantage, so
Yes, you do.
that's a natural 19 plus 4, 23.
Glorious. You break out of both effects. So
Thank
next turn
you.
you will be good to go.
Thank you. And I'm
Cla-
still hidden. Probably not from Matshesha. I bet you Matshesha rolled high enough. Kudos to a champion of Malar seeing me when I hid, because Neris and Lolth couldn't. They didn't roll high enough. So
Absolutely. I forgot to do these flesh golem guys. I'm just gonna go back here. Okay, Cloud, that's your turn. Where are you starting your
So-
turn at, if that's okay?
So I'm starting my turn next to Theramin.
So I'm gonna move you there. Boom.
Not a problem. Yeah, no, sorry. I was counting. The measurements was fine, but my brain doesn't work like that, so I have to like.
Sure.
So yeah, before I move, I will like touch Theramin, cast guidance as. No, I won't. No, I'll just touch him and be like, get coin I'll get Thesia. And then I've got enough movement with my feline agility to move there and dash as a bonus action as a rook.
That's your bonus action.
Mhm.
Boom.
And
So fast.
I am so fast. As I'm moving, I'm telling Slither now, and I want him to turn into a scythe. And I am hitting Jen with all 7 charges.
You go ahead and use the ultimate ability of this scythe. I'm going to need an attack roll.
I know you are. Okay.
That one.
No, I won't. And if I do, it goes to the compass, so it's fine. That is a natural 20 plus 1.
I think for this episode we should play a drinking game when we watch it.
I am ready to go get a drink at this point, and it is
Frigging
11:47 a.m.
Way.
Welcome to the Mockeries, Awen.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how hard I make the enemies. It doesn't matter how many hit points, what armor class I give them. It doesn't matter because you guys roll nat 20s on everything. On everything!
I'm so
On everything!
This
This
is throwing in ability checks to stop them, and it's still not working.
This
What is
is-
going on?
You're seeing it though. You're seeing it, Antonio. Like it.
And you're part of it.
Cloud.
I think as she swings Slither, she's like, not again. I'm not losing my family again. And just like swings into Jen.
You see Jen grab Thesia, bound with speed to rival you at your fastest across this battlefield, drag her with him, throw her half into this moat, reach up. His spikes grow out of his knuckles and out of his forearm, and just like this absolutely like disgusting mound of like growing bone with sort of like red and black blood dripping down it. Red eyes looking death down at the person who has declared herself in opposition to the god whose power flows through his body, whose curse has forever changed his body since the day he was born, reaches up to deal a killing blow. In a blur, Cloud is there. Scythe transforms, fluid silver becoming this staff with a blade of moonlight, slashes in and through Jen. For a moment, everything is still. Nothing moves. Nothing has changed. Jen doesn't move. This moment of time dilates out. And you see, almost in slow motion, what happens over the course of about a second seems to you to last much longer indeed. You see visually this magical curse recede from this person's body. This divine magic, this cursed magic, comes out of his pores, out of his veins, out of every orifice of his body, and is absorbed upward and outward and fades into moonlight and is destroyed forever. Jen is no longer a lycanthrope.
Can I ask him, after I've severed his lycanthropy, do you want to live as a human or do you want to die as a champion?
Jen stands as a naked man in front of you, his hands covered with blood up to the forearm, sees you and has a moment where they understand what's happened. Roll me a persuasion check, if you'd be so kind.
No problem. Just checking what I get to persuasion. Okay. I don't think it matters because there's a natural 1 plus 12 makes up for it, I guess.
Natural 1.
Plus 12, so it'll be a 13 altogether, but
It's you rolled a 10, so it's plus 12, so 22.
Fate intervenes. Awen looks over and gives her magical influence.
She sees it happening again. She sees Jen and Thesia, and then she sees Xiaodan and Rowan. And how this warm, funny champion was taken away in 6 seconds 200 years ago. The champion of Zygalia when Awen came to it. Someone who was inspiring and fascinating to her. And she sees it again. She sees it happening again. She sees this strong, powerful person being unceremoniously ripped to shreds. That's what's going to happen. And she sees Cloud, who she sees a lot of herself in from everything she's heard and seen.
Cloud is definitely giving Jen a choice, but it's a choice between leaving now or helping us fight. I think, just to make her question clear.
You offer this choice to this man. And very persuasively offer to him what happens next. He stands, and there's such a mix. There's such a mixture of emotion in him, and you see the predominant emotion in this moment is shame.
And that's why Cloud says there is no shame in this choice. You have done so much. You deserve to live like anyone else. I will ensure your safety if that is your choice. You deserve a home.
It's over, isn't it?
You are no longer bound by this curse. You are free.
I never wanted to be free. Never all my life. But it is over, isn't it?
You hurt my friend. I had no choice.
Malar has been weakening for some time. And because of Matshesha's deceptions and betrayal, this is it. These are the last of Malar's followers here on this world. And now that I can no longer hold his power here, I don't know that Malar will continue to be a god.
He might become a titan, not a god.
You have more compassion than somebody who wields the kind of power you have deserves.
I have seen war. I have seen death. I have seen hopelessness. In the short time I have been alive, and I cannot let another city fall. We would be grateful for your help, but I completely understand, and you'd have my absolute promise of your safety if you decide to run. But I cannot run away from this. I cannot allow another city to fall. I cannot allow more people to die. So I am going back to that fight, and I point at Matshesha at that point. I know you and her have been at odds, and what she has done to herself is not worthy of the praise of a god.
No. You continue the fight. Kill that. She completely deserves it. And I will take you up. I will leave.
I think that is the best option for you at the moment. And if it comes a point that you have nowhere to run to, I have a keep not far from this place, which will be a safe haven for all that feel outside and despised by the people. I have a safe haven for you if you wish to join me there.
Nod.
You are good. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You were under the influence of a god, of the hunt, of power.
I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you there, kid. You don't know what you're talking about in this moment.
That's true.
And I did nothing that I didn't willingly sign up to do.
It was for a god. You were a champion of a god. You are no longer that. You are no longer...
I don't know what I am anymore.
Which is why I offer a safe haven for you to figure that out.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Maybe one day I'll take you up on it.
But for now, leave.
He'll turn to Thesia. Yeah.
I was just going to say, we will continue this fight, but yeah.
He'll turn to Thesia and he'll say, once this is done, you are going to be just like me. You're going to be the last of your kind. You're going to be alone. You serve a master who cannot be trusted. And one day, they'll prove that to you. If at any time I end up making it to that keep, I hope you make it out of this situation you find yourself in. And maybe one last of a kind to another, we can have a drink, and I'll tell you the origin of your people, because obviously you've no idea.
Maybe, but we are so different. I'm not alone. I've got friends.
Looks at the cloud. Take care of each other. I'm gonna leave. Thesia, that's your turn.
What the fuck?
Whoa!
I'm so sorry, Josh.
No,
God.
what a wonderful, wonderful scene. How merciful and kind that was.
Yeah, considering I was about to thunder stuff in his face.
I mean, he's gone. We can still get back there.
Awen, you see this alternate resolution.
Yeah.
And in some way, some small way, you know that this helps to balance it. Rowan the Twin Blade and Zhao Dan. Things worked out different this time. All right, Thesia, you're up. One more baddie to kill.
Storytelling.
From you guys. Just incredible.
Kind of. Was I in the water?
You were just on the edge.
Okay.
Half in, half out of the water.
He's run away by now, hasn't he?
He runs. Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
Get up and kind of brush myself down. Nod to Cloud, thank you. Look to where Awen, sort of roughly where I know she is. And I'm going to use my bonus action first. Give out Bardic Inspiration but it's like faint musical notes like drift in the wind towards the area. Owen, you have 1d12 of bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
Because I keep forgetting I have that as a bard. And look to Cloud. Do you trust me? And I hand out my hand.
I look at it. I look at Thesia and say, "You are my family. You are my sister. As Theramin is my brother. Of course I do. It's my life." And I take her hand.
And I am going to Dimension Door behind Matshesha.
Wow. What?
But like 30 foot away from her, so Cloud isn't within the aura.
Gotcha. You guys dimension door across. That's your action.
Yeah, and I've used my bonus section for bardic inspiration for like the third time out this entire campaign.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I'll end my turn there.
Theramin, you are up.
Cool. I guess Quincy's still moving at a steady pace.
Absolutely.
Liberos.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so close to being able to make it. Has to wait till the next turn to do something with that. You know what? No, it's too cool. No, it's too cool. It's too cool not to. Quincy's just been flying around for too long. Which one of these barrels do you want Quincy to go get to?
Yeah, I like where he is now. Get Fugwan. Fugwan.
Flesh Golem 1. Fugwan.
Get it. Sorry.
In life, one of the bodies that made him up was called Figwan. Brilliant. Could you roll an attack roll for Quincy? Be so kind.
What, just a D20, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's at +4.
15. Oh, +4.
15 plus 4 is 19. Want to take a guess at what the AC of those barrels is?
19.
And I'm not kidding. It's 19.
You say, oh!
Quincy tries to go for one barrel. It blows up before he can get there. Tries to go for a second barrel. The guys move before he can get there. And then goes barrels into the barrel. And you see Quincy, just before he dives down, goes,
Naruto style, like.
Little gout of flame as they break into the barrel, and an explosion occurs. Let's see how much gets caught up in this blast, shall we? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Almost got the other one. Not quite close enough. Boom. Flesh Golem 1, and that barrel are dunsies. And Quincy turns into ethereal motes of light, ready to be summoned next time.
Goodbye, Quincy, for now. Cool. And then I want to run at Kein.
Yeah, baby.
Like, directly at him, and then thunderstep to where Cloud and Thesia are.
Love it.
So cool. Roll your damage for thunderstep.
Oh, 3. 9. 7.
19.
19 points of damage. Yeah, starting to look like something. And then you go over to your Frundlings. Boom.
Hi, Frond.
Hi, friend.
The Mockeries stand side by side, ready for the final part of this encounter. Okay, here we go. Coin's going to take a turn. Coin's going to take 2 attacks at Riadon because he cannot move, which is a little bit of an issue. Holy moly. Yeah, these are both going to hit because the lowest one is a 23.
No, they're not.
Oh, interesting. Okay, lowest one's a 23. Highest one is a 29.
Reaction shield. My AC goes to 29.
So he is going to hit you with the second one.
Oh, okay. Oh, I won't react then. I'll just be there. Get hit by the second one.
Absolutely brilliant. So we're going to do 2d8 plus 2d10. And an additional 3d6. Oh, this guy does a lot of damage. Okay. For 47 points of damage. With that hit.
I'm still up.
Incredible. That is Monsieur Coin's turn. Matshesha's going to use a legendary reaction just ahead of that, and she's going to give you vulnerability to that hit. So you're actually going to take another 47.
Oh!
He has plot armor.
He does have plot armor.
I have dropped.
You guys are all capable of healing, right?
Just checking another one. 1 second.
Okay.
I'm not asking you to heal, but I just I remember being
Yeah.
you guys have so many healers.
Matshesha's going to take her turn. She's going to close distance with Thesia. He's going to say, "You never knew your place. You were always an outcast, always destined to be on the outskirts of our glorious civilization. This is the end for you." It's going to make her tax, so she gets 2 of those, 1 of those, and 1 of those. First 2 attacks are just straight claw. No, she's gonna do this one first. She's gonna do this one first. 27 to hit. What we'll do, I want to end this on. Let's end this on a cliffhanger. Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna roll some damage. Okay. Whatever this is. 35, 45. Matshesha races towards you, speaks those words, coils around you, secreting acid and divine harmful energy. You take 45 points of damage straight up. And she prepares to deal further damage to you. And that is where we will end our session for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for such an incredible session. Such great, wonderful guest appearances, such wonderful role-playing from you guys, especially Thesia and Cloud. And we will return to the conclusion of the Siege of Sessenseal next time.
Right, ciao for now. See you
Ciao,
later.
ciao. Thanks so much for
Lovely
joining.
to meet you. It's lovely to see you.
Peace out. Bye-bye.